Hello, hello, and welcome to Run That Track. I am your host, PJ Covello, and today we are talking about Fearless by Taylor Swift, Part 2! This will include songs 14 through 26, the back half of the album. To catch the first half of the album and my review of it, click this link right here or down in the description box. We will be starting off with the 14th song on this album, Jump Then Fall. A very catchy song, great chorus, fantastic BPM. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Next song we'll be talking about is Untouchable. It was a good song, however it's not very good for running. If I could run to the last chorus, just play it over and over and over again, I probably would, as the song does pick up in the back end. However, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4.5 out of 10. Up next we've got Forever and Always, piano version. It's beautiful, but not a song to run to. Go ahead and skip this one. This is going to get a 1 out of 10. Coming in at number 17 on the album, we've got Come In With The Rain. This is a good song to listen to in general. It's got some kind of Fleetwood Mac vibes here and there, very dramatic. However, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 10 as far as running goes. Next we have Superstar. This was a good song. I enjoyed running to it. Speaking of Fleetwood Mac, it had the same chords as Landslide, which was kind of interesting. However, Taylor does a great job with this chord structure. Also, there was a key change, and if you've seen any of my videos here, you'll know I am a sucker for a good key change. This kept me going, this kept the blood pumping, this kept the mind racing. It had me wondering what was going to come next. Great job, Taylor. It is a good song to run to. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Up next, we've got The Other Side of the Door. This was a decent song. It had a decent BPM, had a good guitar solo, some great percussion, and it was a decent track to run to. I wouldn't give it a super high score. It wasn't the fullest of full. It wasn't the bestest of best to run to. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 6 out of 10. Up next, we've got Today Is a Fairytale, and I have to say, I do love this song. If you're a Swiftie, if you're a T-Swift fan, if you're a T-Swizzle fanatic, you probably like this song, and I do too. This was a good song to run to, great chorus, very catchy. Taylor's voice is awesome. Everything about this song I do enjoy. It's gonna go ahead and get an 8 out of 10 for me. Up next is You All Over Me, featuring Marren Morris. I hope I'm saying that right. This song was boring. I did not enjoy it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2 out of 10. Coming in at number 22 on the album is Mr. Perfectly Fine. If you're on TikTok, you have definitely heard this song. I do enjoy it. It's a great song to run to. I love the drum groove. It's catchy, it's fun, it's mystical. Taylor's voice is on fleek. I don't know if people are still saying that. Also, key change. Key change on a song is exactly what I like to hear. Key change. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10. Up next is We Were Happy. This is a pretty song. It's slow and boring, but it's a pretty song, so I will give it a 3 out of 10. Up next is That's When, featuring Keith Urban. Keith brings a somber flow and voice to this song, which is enjoyable, admittedly. However, this is not the greatest song to run to. It is fairly vibey, and I'll give you that, but as far as running goes, it's going to get a 4 out of 10 from me. After that, we have Don't You, which is a fairly ethereal song, ethereal, if you want to call it that, as the second to last song on this album is a fairly somber track, and I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3 out of 10. Coming up last on the 26th slot on this album is Bye Bye Baby, and to continue the alliteration, I'm going to say it's boring. 2 out of 10 from me. Thus concludes my review of the back end of Fearless by Taylor Swift. Drum roll, please. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 4 out of 10, and here's why. There were about 2 or 3 songs I enjoyed in this 13-song selection that were decent enough to run to that I will be putting on my playlist. However, the rest of them were not good. They were either 6 or belows, and to be honest, there were a handful of like 2s and 3s that just completely overweighed this album and burdened it, if I could say so, as far as a album goes, as far as runnability goes, as far as catchiness and overall solidarity within the complete project. And I'm using a lot of buzzwords here, but I don't think this is a great back end of an album to run to. The front half did catch my ear and catch my heart and catch my soul a whole hell of a lot more than the back end did. Now, I do know that this project was originally released with the first 13 songs back in 2008 as Fearless, not Taylor's version. which we don't listen to. However, I will say, as a full project, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is about a 5.5 out of 10. If I take both sides, both half of the album together, the front half was like a 7, the back half was a 4, but I'm gonna give it like a 5.5. I think that's exactly in the middle, actually, which I think is a fair rating for Fearless overall as a running album. It's 26 whole songs. As I said in the previous video where I reviewed the front half of this album, Taylor's voice has improved dramatically since 2008 when she first released Fearless. The instrumentation is better, the production is better, everything is better about it than the original album, except perhaps the nostalgia factor. The good thing is all of these songs are the same songs, so you do actually continue a bit of that nostalgia you got from the first album when you're listening to it. However, as far as running goes, I wouldn't recommend listening to the entire thing front to back. I would pick out about 5 or 6 of the songs, of which you can find in the playlist that I've updated and put into the description box underneath this video. You'll find every song that I pick that's about an 8 or above out of 10 from every album and every review I do on this channel. If you have Spotify, I will be updating this playlist weekly. You can follow it and get every update every week. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe, hit the bell, that way you never miss a video. We are doing all of Taylor's discography. That way we can find the best Taylor Swift songs to run to and the best overall album to run to in its entirety from front to back by Miss T Swizzle. What album should I review next? Is it going to be Red? Is it going to be 1989? Who knows? What artist am I going to review next? Who knows? Is it going to be Weezer? Is it going to be The Strokes? Is it going to be Ed Sheeran? Probably not Ed Sheeran, but I'm not sure yet. So if you'd like to hear somebody in particular, please comment down below. That's it. That's the video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Deuces. Love y'all. See you next time.